Hello, my name is Nini Marini and I am an artist. And today I'm going to talk to you about love. I've been invited by Play Malaysia, so thank you very much, Play Malaysia, for inviting me to be one of your speakers in your month of love and to talk about languages of love. And for those of you who do not know the languages of love, there is a book out there by Gary Chapman called Five Languages of Love. And he talks about, he's broken down the languages in like five main categories. And it's like, acts of service, affirmation, quality time, um, what else is there? Receiving gifts and physical touch. So those are the five languages of love. And if you want to know more about it, go to Play Malaysia and it'll explain. Because if I end up explaining it here, it's going to be forever. But my language of love, I okay. So I've never read the book, to be honest with you, but I was introduced to it by my friend a few years ago when we were talking about love and expectations. And I think what that the five concepts helped me do was to be more aware about how other people were showing love to me, and understanding that people give love very differently and we receive love very differently. And I think that's the most important thing that you can take away from this is your expectations of love and how you receive it may not really be the same as the other person. And I'm not just talking about your partners, I'm talking about your friends, your family, people close to you, even your relationship with your career and your relationship with your hobbies. Those are all things that you can use those five languages of loves for. So over the years, I realized that one of the biggest thing for me in terms of receiving love is that I appreciate people spending time with me and quality time. So, good conversation or, just calling me up for a cup of coffee and then catching up. I really love that. I love that because I know that everyone's busy and that when that person does that, I know that they've allocated some time for me to spend with me. And I think and I actually feel loved that way. And some people give gifts as a sign of their love, and I get that a lot. My husband does that. He comes back and brings me bags of fruit and, things like that makes me, and he goes, I thought of you today. And I like that because throughout the day, you're so busy, but I know that there are certain things and moments in his time that he remembered me and he brings that back to me to show. So I appreciate that about him. It's not necessarily my love language when I don't give gifts like that to a lot of people, but I appreciate that from my partner because I understand that that's how he shows his love. And I think it's important for people to understand that and to be aware about how people give love, and then when you have that awareness, please receive it with openness and love. And it's a great energy to have. Throughout the years, however, I feel like I'm not just one person. I'm not one kind of love person. I'm all things. I love receiving. I love affirmations. I love all of it. But I think outside of that, even you can grow outside of those categories and make your own languages. So I think my biggest message to you is start off with that if you're so confused, and if you find yourself having all these expectations from someone and getting frustrated, especially between your partner, because I think that's important to understand how to relate to each other in a different way. The last thing that you and I don't necessarily share my findings with my partner, like, oh, it's like, oh, today I read this book, we should be like this. I mean, I don't think it would be well received. So for me, learning about all those things are just useful for me to apply to myself so that I can give better and be a better human being to other people. Um, how has my language changed since changing lives? Okay, how I feel like since leaving the corporate world, I feel like my love language has become a lot more softer. I am a more appreciative of people giving me giving me things or even just giving me messages of hello. I'm appreciative of that because, you know, when I was working, I used to have this sort of like regimented, structured way of thinking. And now that I'm freer in a way, I'm more open to receiving in different manners. I think that's the biggest thing that has changed for me since changing my life. And how has it been living with my husband? It's been wonderful. I've learned to share a space with another person. In the beginning, it was quite difficult for me, but now I love it because, you know, I've learned that even in a space, especially during these times, the past year or so, it's really important for us to find our own spaces in the house and to make it your own, you know. The workspace has moved into your home, so there's no going to the office and coming back. So you need to figure out different areas for yourself and carve out physically those areas so that you don't get into each other's space so much, you know, and know that as individuals we need to exist in different times and different places and spaces. So having your home set up in a way that allows for it, I think, is a great way to coexist, especially now. So my biggest tip for you is to really always make sure that you're first, and that you are serviced first, that you are loved first. And when I say loved first, it's not you are expecting love from another person, that you have serviced yourself by giving yourself love. And the way I do it is art. And art is my love, you know. I spend time with it, I nurture it, I have this space where I can exist and be one with it. And I think when I do that for myself, I'm a bigger person and I'm fuller, and I'm able to then give that energy back to my life, to my marriage, to my family. So I think that's really important as a tip, to make sure that you are serviced for yourself and that you have carved out this space for yourself in order for you to be able to give back. So I hope that that helps you find your way around love, and especially in this month. For me, it's a great reminder, but to practice it 365 days, to acknowledge and be aware of each other's love, and how we receive love and how we give love. I think it's really important for us to just be awakened and to have our eyes, heart, ears, everything open to receive, and so that we can give back. So I hope that helps, and I hope you love this chat. And if you want to know more about the 5 languages of love, Plie Malaysia has created great little slides for you to have a look at and learn. And do visit their Instagram and check out what they're trying to do as they champion love for their brand. So thanks a lot for your time, and I hope whatever that I said makes sense. And if you want to learn more, please message me and let me know how it goes, and let me know what you think. Till then, have lots and lots of love around you. Make sure you're loved of yourself first before you give love to somebody else. Bye for now.